Hi, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Hi, we're here with Jaleah Knight. And Jaleah is a recent grad from WSSU, Winston-Salem State University. And I'm just really proud of you, Jaleah. And she's also alumni of Leadership Connections. And that's why we're here because Leadership Connections is having an event this weekend on Martin Luther King's birthday, January the 15th, 2022, here in Greensboro, North Carolina, but it's going to be virtual. And Jaleah, with her being an alumni of Leadership Connections, and basically she's going to be leading the project. So I'll let you talk about it. How are you doing, Jaleah?
I'm doing well. The project that we're going to be doing is the Martin Luther King Jr. open mic event. It's going to be an event for youth to participate and give their own interpretation of the Martin Luther King Jr. famous speech, "I Have a Dream." And it's essentially kind of a way for youth to be able to participate and give their own interpretation of what they thought of his dream and how they perceive it and how they want to express that artistically. And they will also have the opportunity to win a $500 scholarship as well as gift cards for participation.
Oh, that's really nice. So how did you come up with the idea to do an open mic to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.?
I've always loved open mics personally, just because I feel like it's a way for people to just authentically express themselves in a way that is personal to them, and it's expressed to other people and everyone else gets to experience that through their lens. And I just think that's amazing, especially with our youth and how involved they've been in social justice currently and in the past. So I thought it would be a great idea for them to do it through art or spoken word or however they want to do it. So that's kind of how I came up with the event.
So however they want to express themselves, they can do so in this event. So could you tell me a little bit about Leadership Connections?
Yes, leadership, I got to the great opportunity to meet Miss Kathy when I first moved here. I was only here for at least, I think, 2 months. And I got to meet her and join Leadership Connections. And I would describe it personally as a great program for young women to be able to learn how to, one, do public speaking, to learn about women's issues. I did a lot of work with Leadership Connections as far as like one time we gave out medication to the homeless. They do a lot of programs like that where they present money to people who are in need. They help programs with women who are experiencing domestic violence, all types of things. So that's how I would describe it. It's a great program. I recommend anybody put their daughter in it because it elevates you in a way that is very important for those adolescent to teen years.
And Kathy Harrelson, I believe she's the founder of Leadership Connection.
Yeah.
And I've been knowing her for a long time, like when I was in college, and that was a long time ago. So she's really done a whole lot mentoring young women throughout, the years. So I think Leadership Connections could be coming up on the 30th anniversary.
Yes, it is, which is very exciting. And I'm so excited to celebrate that with Miss Kathy because what she's doing is amazing. And she has changed the lives of so many young women.
She sure has. So also this event that we are that we're talking about right now, we're honoring your grandmother, Dr. Maisie Butler Ferguson. Yeah, she was a good friend of mine, and I totally miss her. And I've interviewed her a couple times before, and she's just, like we call Martin Luther King a John Major for justice, but I also could say the same thing about your grandmother. So this is going to be really exciting. Could you tell me a little bit about about that aspect of the event?
I think my grandmother has played a huge part in me creating this event because she's always been my biggest inspiration. She's the reason I chose my major to do anything. And her legacy was always just to inspire the youth and love on them and give them the space to speak out and speak up and express themselves authentically. And she's done that my entire life. And so this event, honestly, if she was here, she'd be so proud just to experience it and watch young people be, which is huge, and a huge thing that she's always done my entire life, whether it was like in the church or sometimes she would just walk up to kids and just start talking to them. So a lot of the event is just based on how my grandmother was as a person. And that's kind of where I got a lot of the inspiration. It's just her personality and how she loved on the youth so much.
Yeah, I mean, she was just a wonderful person, very non-judgmental, and very always wanting to give you some great advice,
Yes.
mentor, she loved to mentor, she was always just delightful to be around, and her spirit is definitely in this. So I'm really glad to interview you, because I remember interviewing her. This has, it's on YouTube too, guys, so you can go and check that out. But so what is the name of that? Was it
Democracy Without Walls?
Democracy Without Walls.
Yes.
So that's
and now I believe it's named after her as well.
Okay, awesome. So we'll find out more about that during the event. And if someone wants to view the event, it's going to be on Zoom.
Yes, so it will be on Zoom, and also we will be going live from the Leadership Connections YouTube account.
So that's Leadership Connections NC.
Yeah.
For the YouTube, and it's going to be around.
It's going to be at 1:30.
Okay, awesome. So anyone who wants to view it, it'll be there, and then we'll probably have it for viewing later afterwards.
Yeah.
Like we'll have it on the page, so if you miss it, you can tune in afterwards. So there's some really exciting. My daughter actually is participating, so it's exciting, and there's I believe a lot of young teenagers and preteen. Could you tell me the criteria as far as the ages of the people that are performing and presenting?
Yes, I believe that we have from age 10 to age 16, 17. So we'll have like preteens, they'll have their own section, and then we'll have teenagers, and both of them will be judged on creativity and originality based on the judges. And yeah.
Okay, this is so exciting, and this is a great way to celebrate Martin Luther King and his legacy, and also Dr. Maisie Butler Ferguson and her legacy, and Leadership Connections and their anniversaries. There's so many things happening. So, this world is changing, but we can direct the change if we want to. So this is going to be part of that. I saw the President Biden in Atlanta yesterday at the Dr. Martin Luther King, he has his memorial is kind of his memorial, and he also has like a museum, I guess.
Yeah.
A long time ago. So Biden and the Vice President Kamala Harris, both of them were there, and so it just made me think, oh wow, this is it's a lot going on for this holiday. And voting rights. So I think it's going on for the Voting Rights Act and things like that. So it's good for the youth to tune in so they can find out what's going on, and they can be, a part of the change.
I agree.
So is there anything else you would like to talk about?
There isn't, but I really am excited to do this event. I'm very excited to hear what the youth have to say, and how they express the I Have a Dream speech in their own way. And I look forward to seeing everyone there.
Yes, and I remember, the first part of his speech for I Have a Dream is how he talks about how this speech is going to go down in history. The moment was going down in history, and it actually has. He actually was very prophetic in that it's like one of the most, the most remembered speeches ever, not just for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but just in history. So I'm excited to hear hear and see what this younger generation is cooking up. Can you remember when you were that generation, and now you're like,
yes, it's
time goes by fast.
It's very weird now, because like I work with kids, and they're always like, so back in your day. And I'm like, I used to be the one asking that. Now you're asking me. It's very different.
They got you a senior status already, right?
Yes, quickly.
That's good. It's good that we have people like you to carry the torch and, and then, sow something good into the kids and have that patience that's needed. Because I know I have a teenager, so I know it's a lot of patience is needed and guidance.
There's a lot of patience.
There's a lot of things as far as, I was thinking like how nowadays, like when we're coming up, we didn't have all the influences we have now, but like now they have all the influence and they don't have anything to say, oh, that's wrong and that's right. And they don't really have a lot of positive influences.
They don't, but what I've noticed is that the kids now have the words we didn't have to verbalize how they're feeling. And they express it so authentically in ways I never had the privilege to express at their age. So watching them like grow up and like matriculate through school, it's just very different, because when I was growing up, and we're in the same generation still, so it's weird to watch, like be a part of older Gen Z and watch younger Gen Z like surpass us at our ages where we were just like saying random stuff, and they're like talking about having real conversations about bigotry and like homophobia and all this stuff. And I'm like, I never had the capacity and the resources to think like that, and they do. So that's what I've noticed about their generation. I'm so proud of them. I just love hearing them talk and like express themselves and be authentic. So yeah.
Yeah, but it has to be guided though. It has to be guided.
It definitely does.
A lot of things that like I knew wasn't okay. Like from my generation, like certain things I see, on the internet, and I'm like, oh my goodness, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was coming up, that was just a taboo to say something like that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're just gonna say it, or so it's good to have something like this to kind of guide.
I agree.
That freedom, but in a non-judgmental and a non-forceful way, but kind of just
right
light, for them to follow. And I'm glad you're doing that, Jaleah.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming and taking the time out to sit down with me for a couple minutes and just go.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for having this event. And I see you doing big things. So, anytime you need me, just, hit me up. And I'm just really proud of you, and I know your grandmother's proud, and your mom. I mean, I know your whole family. So yeah, you guys are all very talented and just very creative. And so I know I'm going to see a lot of good things. So thank you for coming through. And we had to do this on Zoom because of the pandemic. And the reason why we're having the event online is because of the recent rise in cases, and we want everybody to be safe. And so since we want everyone to be safe, we're going to have it Partnership Village, right?
Yeah.
And so, but now we're going to have it online. So it's actually enabling children from other parts of North Carolina to attend.
Participate, which is great. So we get like a broad sense of the entire state's youth.
Yes, and I just can't wait to hear the creativity. Just can't wait. So I guess I have to. It's going to be Saturday at 1:30, January the 15th. And so hopefully you can catch it live. If not, you can catch it the replay. So thank you. Is there anything else you have to say?
No, there is not. I really appreciate you having me and interviewing me about this event. I'm really excited, and I really do look forward to seeing everyone there and hearing what the kids have to express.
Okay, so well, thank you for having this, and we look forward to seeing everyone on Saturday. I'll be there. My daughter will be there. Jaleah will be there, so y'all come too, okay? There's nothing else to do on Saturday. It's going to be cold. It might even snow, so
right.
In the comfort of your own home, and you could be in any state or country. You can watch this, so thank you guys in advance for your support, participation. Okay, so thank you again, and we'll see you guys on Saturday, Martin Luther King. Thank you. Bye.